everyone, welcome back to Coaching Fire. Your coach David here, and today we're going to be talking about budgeting. This is a huge topic in the finance world, and I think if we are going to be making channels about financing, we should also bring up a video on budgeting. So this is just our take on budgeting. Of course, many people have different opinions, but we wanted to share with you guys about what we think. For starters, I think budgeting is important, but it's not as important as some people make it out to be. I think the most important part of budgeting, and especially during our journey to FIRE, has been the tracking of your spending. Budgets are great in the fact that they require you to track your own spending. That's where I think the magic really happens, and it happened for us. Because we didn't know our own spending habits, we actually didn't start with a budget. We just started by writing down every expenditure in our monthly lives. And as we did that, then we slowly developed a budget. We could take whatever our monthly spending was and multiply it by 12. And that gave us a rough idea of what our budget could be or should be. I think nowadays we still have a budget, but we don't stick to it as tightly as we should. And one of the reasons I think people put a negative feeling onto budgeting is about this idea that if you have a budget and you're under budget, you kind of develop this feeling of, I should use this money. I've already allocated this money towards something, and if I don't use it, I'm letting myself down, or I'm not fulfilling the budget. And that really shouldn't be the case. Like, a lot of months, we are well under our budget. If you looked at our previous video, we go over our March budget, and we were well under what we planned to spend for March. And what we do with the extra money, though, is we save the rest that we can. So that's what I'm saying, is we really need to, instead of using the money then as like I didn't spend the $300 I set aside this month for groceries, let me go out and buy some more. Or, I didn't spend the $50 I set aside for a movie this month, let me go out and watch a movie tonight. I mean, by all means, if you guys had a great month and you're under budget, you can celebrate. You could go out, have a nice dinner, or whatever you're going to do for celebration. But for us, it's like the celebrating part or the reward part is actually putting that extra money into our savings, because that means that you are just one step closer to FIRE. You potentially work less years now before you achieve your dream or your goals. So that is the reward of being under your budget. So coming all together, bringing it back, is budgeting important? Yes. But most important, or the most in our eyes, what we would say is the most important would be tracking your spending. You really want to be able to see every month where you're spending your money. And I think for anyone who's really trying to achieve FIRE, you will immediately point out your own flaws. You don't need a budget to tell you shouldn't be spending that money. You will know, hey, I have these goals. Me spending this money on these things is not helping me get to that goal, so I'm going to cut it back. And when you have to track your money as well, it really opens up your own eyes and your own mind to where you're putting your money, and it makes you question every purchase. And it did for me a lot, actually. I was spending an absurd amount of money, and then when I started tracking and seeing where that money was going, without having a budget, of course, I said we didn't start our budget right away, I just would ask myself, do I really need this? Do I really want this? Or do I want to be finished working in my 30s? And that was an easy choice for me to make. If I save this money now, it means I work less in the future. So that's all we have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Click like, subscribe, and see you guys next time on Coaching FIRE. Bye-bye. Subscribe, share, and like.